Yeah, with that being said, let's go. Questions about anything. There should be a lot more people here than what we've currently got, but a lot of people are always fashionably late, so we'll see what happens. As you all know, this stuff is here every week, 10 a.m. Eastern, Australian, every single week. Chuck it in your calendar. It's always worth being here, bouncing off people. But yeah, there's no topics today. I haven't got anything prepped. It's just basically Q&A. Suzanne, let's go.
Okay. So Callie and I started the challenge box, so we put those out. I just want to get back from the team on any suggestions. Like, we don't know what the outcome is yet because we haven't gone to go see. But if anybody has any feedback for us or anything that they think might help, we'd appreciate it.
All right, lead boxes. Phil's a beast with the boxes. Dan does well-ish. Tane, you haven't got them done. Alex, nobody else here uses them yet. Phil though is a seasoned vet. So I don't. Yeah. Any advice with the boxes? What be more specific, Suzanne? What are you looking for? Like what? When you?
I don't know. I really don't even know what we're looking for. It's
how many clients did you get from that, Phil?
Oh.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Well, first of all, I've got a question for you. What is your description on the box that you have? Like, what have you got the prize or the challenge as?
Yeah, what is it? I don't think you sent it across. Did you send it across?
It was free training, free personal training.
Yeah, for how many weeks or how many sessions?
We just did it last week. We just sent them out last week.
Are you saying like of training wise, like once they come to us?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know. Tell us.
Yeah, tell us what would be a good.
All right. So I go either 6 weeks or 12 weeks. Right. Because remember, the bigger the prize, mate, you've given free stuff away, people are going to be all over it. So I've got these coincidental. This is my third packet, and you can actually see how full it is of these. I don't think I can even fit my finger in there, to be honest. But
how many people are you training?
Yeah, how many? Yeah.
I mean, are you
me
picking
personally.
No, just you see, like for us, it's a small gym, so it's only Callie and I who do it.
Yeah.
So for us to only train for free, there's no way we can afford. You know what I mean? We need to make the money.
Yeah, I mean, it goes without saying, you know, when you're given free stuff out, like even the smallest bit just goes a long way, you know. So, you know, like my competitions are always best done in, as I was saying, 6 weeks or 12 weeks, but you don't have to do 6 weeks. You can do 6 sessions, you know, or 12 sessions. Okay. And make sure they're half-an-hour sessions, as we've always been doing. So that usually helps, because then you're not giving too much time away, and book it in for 1 session per week, right? Give them a free consult, mind and body screening session, you know, on the house. Make sure you put the value that that they're, you know, that they're winning as well. So then the people see that they'll see how much, you know, money's behind it as well. And when they see free, number one, they see how much value it's actually worth. And then they, you know, you can always put a little description of what they get in it, like, you know, meal plan, training program, stuff like that, little simple things.
Oh, okay.
And leave, of course, colorful fluoro sticky notes, number one, as well. That goes a long way, because the eyes attract colorful.
Right, we did that one, yeah.
Yeah. Make sure there's a bloody pen on the desk, because you'll find people will just go past and take a pen. And I'm constantly snatching the pens off my trainers because they use it, and I'm like grabbing all their pens, putting it back onto the table. So yeah, that's the other thing. And yeah, just constantly monitor it, make sure it's like at a good location in the gym, like especially when people are walking in the gym or in the middle of the walkway. Yeah, that's
Phil,
that's all.
I've got a question to ask, Phil.
Yeah.
So you've got 6 or maybe 12 weeks. Does everyone who enters, do they get that prize, or do they get in the running to win that prize? So
as we always say, everyone's a winner. All right. So everyone's a winner. So I basically, everyone is a runners up. So I do choose, if I've got the availability, I will choose one winner, which the last 2 or 3 competitions I've ran, I have chosen the one winner, because again, 1 session a week, it's not much out of my time, you know. So yeah, definitely choose a winner and post it up on social media so it looks legit.
Yeah.
And then that what I found doing that gives more attention out there as well. Because when you do another comp, and then people see on Facebook, more people will be like, oh, this is legit, this is real. So then more people will start actually, you know, putting their names and details in for the entries, you know. So, but
Yeah,
everyone
unreal.
else becomes a runners up. So I just get onto the phone calls and call every single person, you know, and then I give them the runners up prize, and I just say, look, you've been selected as one of my 20 runners up. Well done, you know. And then basically give them two free PT sessions. So one's a 30-minute mind and body screening session, do measurements, body comp scan, and then we book in their free PT session on the second session. So yeah, everyone's a winner. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So you're applying a very similar strategy to the floor to the floor, basically, but with the boxes. So
Yeah.
Simon, is there something that I could apply? Because on my boxes, I've got, you know, win a free session with me, one, and everyone wins the same thing. Should I have a bigger prize and do the runner-up prize on my business boxes? Do you think that would be a better strategy? I'm still getting leads off just the one sesh, but I didn't think about doing that one.
This is how it goes, right? So first and foremost, a pre-frame, because I think Kelly and Suzanne will have this question.
Yep.
What Phil is doing is he is running a competition to win 6 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever weeks of PT. Every single person who enters, there is one winner, but then you're giving runners up free sessions with you. Everyone, like Phil said, everyone is a winner, and that's where this strategy comes into its own. But remember as well, this strategy, for those of you who run it and those of you who have not yet run it but will run it, it is mainly, in my eyes, designed to grow a database where you can then retarget people, right? So that's that. I personally believe the best prize to have on a box is free personal training. And that's why that artwork is in the portal. Yep. Phil has done astronomically well with win 6 weeks of free training. It's what seems to work in his gym location. Phil has tremendous success in his gym location. And that's the key here with Phil's. Phil puts a box up with win 6 weeks, 12 weeks, it fills up like freaking hotcakes and everyone chomps it up. Like, it's that simple. What I recommend you do is you do free training. The reason why is this. You need to give people exactly what they've claimed. So if you go in, if you advertise win 6 weeks of training and then you do all of these calls, and this is something that Phil may run into in the future, but I'm going to show you how to handle this, is that if you get the same people keeping on trying to win the 6 weeks, but they're constantly in that top 20, you're basically they'll start to clock on what's going on, which is like, oh, I can see what this guy's doing here. Like, one person wins it, but like Phil says, you make it legit. You take the photos like he does. Phil wasn't here last week when we were running through his profile. You've seen the profile that when we went through his profile. His proof of these guys is there for people to see, and basically, you'll get higher chance of people clocking on that what you're doing is using one prize, but then everyone is a winner. You don't want to have that. You're better off going free training, simply enter your name to claim. You call them and say, you put your name in, you got free training, come and claim it. Because then you can't have people whinge about being a runner-up. Yeah.
On that being said too, actually, funny that you say that, because this round I'd actually had 3 people so far that were current runners up, you know. So on the spot, I literally was on the phone call with them, and so I probably 1 out of the 3 people I remembered their name, because I've got their name saved on my phone. But in the database, yeah, I've got their name saved, but obviously I'm looking at my phone, and they picked up and like, oh, and they even said, that they had won it last year. So on the spot, I had to decide of plan B, and plan B was, okay, well, that's all good. How about we sit down still, have a meeting, and what we'll do is we'll do a recap of where you were last time and how, you know, the improvements that that you've made since our last meeting. You know, if you might have any new goals to go ahead for this year, being a new year, you know, any other struggles that you might have. So more like a follow-up session is what I had to change the speech to. So that's one thing to also take on board if you're that I had to take on board and just learn on the spot and be like, shit, what am I going to do? So then I basically just went with that, and I winged with it, and it actually works well, because I even, when I sat down in the session, I didn't bring out a pre-exercise form. I said, look, you don't have to fill this out. You've done one before. I've just got a sheet of paper, and I just wrote them. Oh, so you know, what's changed since last meeting with us? What goals have you worked on? Did those goals at last time work with you? So, and I wrote them all down, and that was and sweet, and still booked them in for a free session after that. So, and yeah, that was something that I had to work on board. So just keep an eye on that too. If you do get any mistakenly reoccurring people as well. So
yeah. That's why I recommend doing free PT. And if people continue to just claim it, you'll get to know that they're either a time waster or you've had them before, and then you can just not call them. But to know what you've done with them, if you look in your business tracker, this is where the consultations tab comes in handy. So you've got your business tracker, you've got a database, you've got consultations, and your client database, right? The consultations tab, if you go in there and just search for someone's name, it'll show you whether you've done a consult with them before. And this is what I used to do. And this, again, why I recommend using every tab of that business tracker. And you can actually make notes in there. So when you're doing your business tracker each week, you might have 8 consults that week. And it would say like, these guys were from lead boxes. And you might say like, Janine signed up, Suzanne didn't, Simon signed up, Chris said he had no money, Matthew said he had family issues. So if Matthew puts his name in the box again in 3 months' time, you can go, oh, okay, let's have a look. That name rings a bell, whatever. Matt, okay, Matt, how's the family issues going, brother? And you use that as a great getting off the mark rapport building exercise that you can use to then obviously increase rapport and then increase likelihood of converting them. So hopefully that makes sense. But for you guys, like you're going to just give away free training.
Okay, so how much training should we give away?
Well, it just says free personal training. So it'd just be one session.
Oh, okay.
You do. But remember this, right? So this is a good point for everyone. Every single thing that we do is part of a business funnel, right? The part of the funnel where you take a session. So you're pouring leads in the top, right? Leads will give you data. Data, we make phone calls. Some people won't answer. Funnel gets narrower. People that answer, we're going to then book a percentage of them in for consults, right? Or tailored, results-driven mind and body training sessions. Consults, free PT, it sounds shit and it's old. 2 PT sessions, all that sort of stuff. Obviously, Phil uses that terminology before, but obviously he's not using that. He'll use different terminology to make it sound more exciting. I think for you, Sherry, as well, being newbie, this is really good info for you because it's like free PT and like a consult or strategy session. People have heard this stuff. Tailored, results-driven mind and body training sessions is a lot more. It's more intriguing, right? But then obviously those people the funnel goes narrower and narrower and narrower. You're going to pop out fewer and fewer people out the bottom. So yeah, hopefully that kind of makes sense. And just
as you said as well, Simon, a lot of it's just about growing the database, so you can retarget them as well. But
100%.
Funny, with that being said, of all the leads that I've generated from these boxes, even doing one session, I've probably converted over 50% as well. So
yeah.
It's still very, and we talked about this, how to pre-frame them on the call and sense their energy and get what they need out of it. Yeah. And you can pre-frame them, create excitement around the session, which one helps them turn up to the session. 2, it just warms them up for the session, basically.
Yeah.
So that's a skill in itself. But I've been doing the one, but I haven't had as much success in the gyms as Phil has because I don't have probably, as you call, Pinnacle gyms. So I've had more success with the local businesses.
Yes, and that's where Suzanne and Kelly are going to have theirs. So it's all about making sure you're putting every single person from any marketing strategy we ever run through that same consultation process as the funnel continues to narrow. But then, as Dan said there as well, like having better success in local businesses, that's where most people will have them. Phil's just a freak when it comes to how the boxes perform in the gyms. Like I've not, It's insane. Like, and the thing is that we never change the offer. We don't even rotate the artwork. He puts it out, the thing fills up. Like, it's that simple. But the better thing for you
With that
guys,
being said, sorry
Yeah.
to cut you off.
yeah,
Being in the gym and being more of a chat, like more of a prize, 6 weeks, you don't keep that box out full time, do you, Phil? Do you bring it in and out at certain points? Like, do you remove it and then add it back out to make it more of a prize?
So when the box is, I put a date on it when the competition ends, and then I usually give probably on a standard I give about 2 months on it, and I found 2 months works well. One month is a bit pressuring for some people, but I find 2 months is perfect, because then in the meantime, when the boxes fill up, I'll just take it I'll take it away on a quiet night and take out the leads, and then put those fake leads back in, the fake documents back, fake tickets back in there, put it out there the next morning, like on a Sunday or a Monday or something when it's quiet. But yeah, that's what I'll just do there. Yeah.
constantly
No,
running.
that sounds really good. Simon, would you think that would be a good idea to do in the gyms and just do the free PT of all the local businesses, but in the gym, especially where I'm not getting much traction at all, take it away, create a bigger prize, and then put it back out, and then put a date on it as well?
Yeah, you definitely can, bro. Like, there's nothing sort of like going to guarantee success or failure with it. A lot of this stuff comes down to split testing. So we've split tested this strategy for years. I mean, I literally got this strategy from an old mentor of mine, but what we've been able to do is split test it for years and years and years, and find out what artwork works the best, what follow-up scripts, which I freaking hate the word of, what scripts work better, like what Phil said, and Dan said as well, like pre-qualifying people. Do you know what I mean? Like, and how to attack this strategy, the best way to get it to perform. This strategy, guys, I'm really glad we're talking about this, because all of you guys on this call, literally all of you guys, I mean, Lockie, we're getting stuck into this. Ryan, you're running this. Phil doing it. Michael, we're getting into this. Like, it is the hardest, most taxing strategy to run. It's also the most challenging, because it tests people to go and jump outside of a comfort zone when it comes to speaking with other business owners. I've had a lot of clients tell me before that they don't feel worthy enough to go and speak to other business owners, because they don't think of themselves as a business owner. I mean, like, it tests how much grit, how much self-confidence you have. Girls, how many did you get out last week? Did you get 10 out in a week? That's like pretty impressive.
We got 10 out in a day.
In a day, that's a record. That's a record. I'm telling you right now, that's a fucking record.
2 hours? In 2 hours, 2-3 hours. Yeah, it's kind of easy.
Can you run through, actually, because you guys didn't follow the script. You didn't do the scratch your back twice, they'll scratch yours, which I think everyone here.
We did with certain. We did that with.
There was a chiropractor though, so that
Yeah, we went to a chiropractic office, spa.
yeah, the spa that we go to, we did that.
Yeah,
They
and they were
know
all
you.
pretty nice cost.
The most
Yeah,
of the businesses know you. The most of the businesses know you.
No.
No, not know us, but that's where we go. So they saw that, we do.
Once in a while.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, once in a while. No, we're just good at selling.
We
Like,
know.
no, all I need is to attract the people, and then I could sell them. Like, I'm really good at sales, because I used to work at a gym and sell memberships all the time.
Yeah.
So all we need is to bring in the people. So it was kind of like I was just using my, I don't know, good energy, I guess.
Yeah, your charm. Girls are always better than boys at this. That's what it is. No, look, it's dope. Like 10 in one day. Like, this is a prime example. Like, the amount of people that just never execute this strategy, and it comes down to insecurities. It does. Like, I'm just being blunt, as I always am. But it's hard. If you can push past the biggest amount of resistance, here's where the motivational shit comes out now, guys. If you can push past the biggest amount of resistance, you will get the biggest amount of reward. I guarantee it. I had 22 boxes out, 22. I didn't get them out in 2.2 days. I wasn't that good at averaging 10 a day, but I had 22. I worked with these businesses. I went round, I collected them, about 18 of them, 15 to 18, never got a single lead. But the 5 other ones were golden gooses, and I was collecting like 50 to 100 leads a week. So, you know, like it was huge. So this is the thing, it's persistency, consistency, as I always say a million times. You've got to split test, as we've done for years with this strategy, which makes it like, I mean, look, it helps when you've got a fill there saying, look at these leads. Like it helps when you've got that social proof there, but it's about consistency and consistency.
So whenever you, okay, so like we go get the boxes, and if it has or it hasn't, we just take them, and then are we done with them?
Great question. So this is what you do, right? So and this is for everyone else. So, and this isn't in the training, I don't think, of which all of the whole portal at some point is getting re-recorded, every single freaking thing. Wish me luck. So when you go to a business, you're going to take the leads out of that business. You're going to staple them together, and on the back of it, write the business. One of the most common mistakes people make is they collect all the leads and then go, fuck, where was which lead from, right? Okay. So staple it, write on the back Costco, write Costa, write Starbucks, write Hungry Jack's, or wherever the hell you do, right? And then that's that. You're going to call them.
So we leave it there. We just take the leads.
Leave the box. Never, never. Like so many people work so hard to get boxes. I've seen this over the years. People work so hard to get a box in a business and then go, oh yeah, I'm just going to come and collect this box. Bye. And they take the business, they take it out. Don't do that. Get your key. And these, by the way, are the pens that you want.
Right? We got the
onto the box like that, because then you can't lose the pen. Phil, these would be dope for you, dude. And they've got like, I'll show you.
Oh no, you've been saying that for the last 2 years, and I still keep putting these pens out.
On like a little chain, and then you just, I'll actually do it for you in person. So you peel off the little thing, and then stick it on there, and then that's it. Yeah. That's what you need, and that stays on there. And then
here was an idea, Simon. Tell me what you think about it. So we have like, this girl on our in the front, and I think she's doing rope or something, and then it says free personal the image on it, free personal training, and then it has our info. What do you think about, like, let's say it's not doing so well at a place? What if we implemented like another picture, like let's say maybe of a heavier person, to where maybe, heavier people can relate?
Yeah.
What do you think about like that?
Well, this is where split testing comes into.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So this is, over the years, we have literally, girls, we've tried so many different things. And you're familiar with the term split testing? Does anyone not know what split testing means here, guys? Okay, so Lucky, what split testing means is, bro, like most of the common principle of split testing is done with Facebook ads. So you run 2 Facebook ads with 2 types of titles, 2 types of descriptions, 2 different images. You see which one performs better. If that one performs better, what you do is you take this one, you then make another 3, and then you change the header again, and then you see which one performs better. If this one then starts performing better, bin that, and you're basically going to go from like 15 to 10 to 3 to 2 to 1. That will be the best performing, and that's called split testing. So with the artwork, if I just get this up, I'll show you obviously what we got in a portal. I don't know how many I've got in here, but this is the best, and we'll actually run this through today into the gift card giveaway. I think this is really important to actually do, because Phil's not doing this. Dan, I don't know whether you did it for a bit, but this gift card giveaway, I swear, if I jumped back on the tools, guys, and did these strategies myself, I'd blow up. But it's because I know exactly what I've got to try and do to win. So I'm going to show you today how to do it. So we go in here. So this is what I used, and this worked unreal. this image worked amazing. That's it, right? Always T's and C's apply. Small print can't be seen. Chuck it in there though. Legal purposes. Color scheme pops. Free personal training, can't not see it. Do you know what I mean? Simply enter with green. All of this stuff, guys, is like subconscious communication. You know how often I talk about the subconscious, like so important. Enter your details below to claim, and then you're going to put those details in the box, right? You could even take that image, and the reason why I give you these guys, literally, is so you can go into the portal and you can copy them. Send them to your designer and say, can you just take off that writing, put on my writing and my logo, and that's it. You can then rotate them. So I actually had, I need to know here. Pretty funny if it was. Not here. I did have like a little leather binder. So you know when you see like people going around like door-to-door salesmen and women, they have like this like leather like binder, like, hello sir, would you like me to sell you some shit? And you're like, no thank you. But in there we had so many different artworks, so I would like chop and change them. So chopping and changing the artwork is a really good way of showing change, so people think it's new. So you can try different offers and you can split test them. But again, this here takes a lot of like going out to the businesses, collecting the leads, changing the artwork, doing it again, rinsing and repeating, split testing, and eventually you'll win. Like over the years though, like this was single-handedly the best strategy to build our database up to 4,000. And there was like 65,000 people in the local area. So I had just over 5%. I mean, there'd be a few duplicates in there, but you could call it 5% of all the people's contact details in the local area. That is powerful. That is so powerful. So yeah, and then the gift card giveaway. Has anyone got any questions about that?
I've got a question, if that's all good, Simon.
Yeah,
this has sort of got me thinking. I work at a commercial gym. I'm not sure if the other people know this, but I'm at a commercial gym where there's maybe 10 other trainers.
Yeah.
So using a box could be a really good idea. But it's got me thinking about what else could I do that's a bit different? And we're able to put our advertising onto the treadmills and on the walls and things, and like adding QR codes. So then instead of people writing something down, I could have them scan a QR code that then goes onto a form, which I can keep, that says like who they are and their phone number and email and their goals and stuff like that. So then I've sort of got that electronic data, and it sort of takes out that middle part of the box, which is having all the handwritten notes. Obviously it's something different, but I think even you talking about the split testing makes me think, what sort of imagery would I use on something that's throughout the whole gym? Because I think if I think of my niche per se, it's sort of, 20 to 50-year-old woman wanting to get fit and strong. But then I use photos sometimes that I've had of myself from a shoot, but then I think, is that intimidating to some people? Should I use more generic photos that show day-to-day people rather than someone done up for a shoot? And I think it's just got me thinking more about what sort of images I should be using if I look to go down that path in my gym.
Yeah, I love that. So first and foremost, we have been there, we have done it, and we have got the t-shirt with the contactless alternative here. So you can see here the artwork in the background, but basically this year, and we'll get to this, Sherry, as well. So
yep.
Basically,
sorry if I've sort of jumped the gun on that. I thought I'll ask it why it's on my brain this morning.
Yeah, no, 100%. And this is why we do these seminars, because it gets you thinking and excited for the marketing, which we'll get to in the next couple of weeks. So these contactless ones, and girls, I'll apologize again. Yeah, I didn't know this is what you were going on about, right? When you were like looking at the QR, I said to the girls, I was like, whatever you do not look at anything else inside 3.1 apart from this strategy. And they were like, what about QR codes? I was like, what the fuck are you doing? don't go near that.
Yeah.
Right?
So I was like, we can't watch anything else. And then it literally said, go to the other video. And then you got, and I was like, oh heck no, he's not going to get pissed at us for
He
that.
said,
Like,
not us.
He said
I full went crazy. I full lost my shit, like typical Simon. But no, look, you were right to do that. So you can have lead box, but then A5 acrylic sign holder. I don't have one of them next to me, but they're like a T They stand up like this and you slip them in there.
Yep.
We ordered those. Yeah.
Yeah, so look, and split test again. So COVID, obviously we came up with this about 2.5, 3 years ago. Started COVID, bang, start QR code marketing. It's like we introduced that straight away, and this works. You could do that if you wanted to, Sherry. Like we also have like and you've got all this ahead of you, like the business cards with QR code vouchers on, but we recommend using the gym. I was speaking to someone about this morning. I wasn't, she's not here, it's Ems, about you always use the gym's brand, right? And just say like, just like scan the code to claim complimentary free tailored mind and body results-based training sessions with a qualified professional. And it's always really good to you have that. We use these cards for handball. So a lot of you guys use handball strategy. I'm pretty sure you've used some of that before. Handball is basically a strategy where we have these cards and you go and handball them out to people, hence the name. You could leave them on the treadmills and just get them out there. Like there's nothing bad about ordering 500 of these and just fanning them everywhere, because they're walking billboards and they're links direct to your calendar, where we hook that up with your Calendly. So again, Sherry, when we had our call, this is all examples of tangible marketing strategies where you're going to collect data and then obviously have people book in automatically, which is very lucrative. And then obviously doing other strategies where we're collecting data and we're reaching out to those people ourselves.
Yeah.
So,
perfect.
yeah.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. So yeah, girls, I expect you girls to go collect the leads, bring them back, leave the dummy leads in the box, right? And then just again, leave the artwork. The cycle normally for this is about 2 weeks. It's a 2-week cycle.
Okay.
All right, I recommend doing a 2-week cycle and then just getting on top of them, add them all to the database, rinse and repeat, try different artwork. This flows on to the gift card giveaway. So this gift card giveaway, right? It's a way in which you can really establish, you can build trust with local businesses, right? It's also another way for you to expose tremendously your Facebook content and increase your Facebook algorithm. It does require a fuck ton of persistency. Like this sort of stuff, guys, I swear, if I did it, I'd nail it. I'd nail it straight away. I know I would, but it's tough. Dan, did you do the gift card giveaway, bro?
I did collate some gift cards, and we coupled it with a different strategy, and I forget what it was with. It was to incentivize a different strategy.
Because remember, it's a point system, so 1 for like, 2 points for
comment. That's right. That's what it was.
So this is what we do, guys, right? And this is brand new. So this here, Michael, you've known this strategy for a long time, brother. Have you heard of the gift card giveaway? Nah. So this is all new content, and if Michael hasn't heard, then no one's heard, because Michael's been here longer than anyone else. Phil, you as well, dude. This would be dope for you, but you don't even need any more interaction on your Facebook, prick. So anyway, basically, what we do, guys, is this: go around when you check the boxes. Whenever you check boxes, don't just go in there, because I've had this happen to me and I've had it happen to clients where you go in, you go straight to the box. I've had a business owner say, "Take that box and get out of my shop." Right? The reason why is because they see what you're trying to do and they think that you're being rude. So make sure when you go into these places, spark conversation, ask them how they're doing, and give them something. So you know how I always mentioned, or I mentioned previously to you girls about giving them free vouchers for training. Have you got to my boxes yet about that? Yeah. So I would take in, and this is a really good way to just build great relationships. And again, taking those cards, Sherry, and just fanning them out, but into the businesses. And then people can their staff. So just say, hey, we're giving away loads of free training for your staff, right? As part of a thank you for just working with us, right? And again, you're helping them and then they'll help you. So that works really well. But what you can then do is you can buy a gift card. So this is where it gets, I'll do my best job of explaining it very well. It's not that hard to understand, but can be a bit tricky. So let's go. You can go in and purchase a gift card from the business. So you mentioned a spa, girls, yeah? A lot of other popular places where people are setting up local business partnerships, like Lockie, this is big for you, dude, as well, because you, with your algorithm performance, and it's improving at the moment, this would put it on steroids, right? But it takes execution. Cafes, they'll have like coffee vouchers or something like that. You can go to any restaurants or anything like that. You can buy freaking pizza vouchers for cheap meals, anything like that. Go and buy a $20 voucher from each of your local business partnerships, and you can circle it, like circuit, don't have to do it all at once, and come up with 4 vouchers to your existing clientele. What I would then recommend you do is this. So you do a gift card giveaway once a month, where you give all of the vouchers that you've purchased from your local business partnerships, you give them away to all of your clients. Now, who gets the gift cards depends on who interacts the most with your content over a 7-day period on social media. For example, you're going to put out a post every second day on socials. Ryan, this for you, brother, is accountability for you to take the action with your social media posting, right? Because you want that accountability. This will make you do it. So what you do is you come up with 4 posts, say, right? And you tell your clients, it's gift card giveaway. This month, we've got $50 spa voucher, $20 coffee voucher, blah, blah, blah. And your clients go, okay, mate, this is amazing, cool. And you've got a point scoring system. So when you put out your posts, if they like it, they get a point. If they drop a comment, they get 2 points. If they tag a friend in it, they get 10 points. If they share it, they get 15 points, right? And you can add this up over the course of those 4 posts. Whoever's got the most points, you give them the vouchers and they win $100 or so. What this does is it spreads social media content. It increases your algorithms. So if you want people to, if people want to win $150, say, or $100, say, in vouchers, get them to tag their friends in posts. Now, examples of the posts, the same stuff we always post: testimonials, social proof of people getting results, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. That's what you got to do. All right. Does that make sense? Yeah. That is something that will put this stuff on steroids for you guys 100%. Like, but you've got to execute it. And here's the thing. The first time you run a gift card giveaway, you might have to give $100 worth of vouchers to someone who's put 1 or 2 likes on a post. It will not take off. You have to persist with it. I think that's potentially what happened with us, Dan, right? We did it once, might not have got a ton of interaction. Again, if it's me doing it, right? Like recently I grew a business page to 2,000 likes in 2 or 3 months. It's from sheer persistency and actually coming across like, it still makes me nervous how I grow my business page's likes, like, because it's all organic, it's not paid. And it's cringeworthy half the time asking people to invite their friends to like your business page. But those who have the big cojones to do that see the big amounts of likes and the big amounts of interactions. That's what it comes down to. You've got to have a pair of balls with this stuff, and you've got to be persistent and consistent. If you are those 2 Ps with this strategy and anything else, 6 figures is it's nothing, guys. Like, it really isn't.
So Simon, what are you talking about when you were talking about the client with your clients, half price? I didn't have a clue what you were.
Half price power strategy. So this is a great little filler. It's a stocking filler strategy. Again, so this is really important for, say, Phil's, Michael's, Dan's, Tane. We still haven't even got to any marketing yet, bro. We'll get there one day, bro. And anyone who wants to run this Lockie for you, energy is so freaking key. So at the moment, Nathan, a lot of you guys will know Nathan, usually attends himself. Dan, we've been doing this as well with the Bring a Friend, right? The Bring a Friend, and what with Nathan, we've been Bring a Friend fortnight. Energy, I'll get to the point in a second, girls. Energy when delivering these strategies is everything. Everything. So the half price power girls is about giving people the opportunity to get double the results for half the price. Right? So would you like to achieve double the results for half the price? No one is ever going to say no to that. So that's your way in. All right. Say this at the end of a session. And then from there, it's as simple as this. So you're currently doing 1 session with us at the moment. This week, And for the next 4 weeks, so for the next 4 weeks, we're going to give you the opportunity to add a second session for half the price. All right. After the 4 weeks is up, it goes to full price, right? But you don't have anything to lose up until then. It's half the price. Again, take energy into it. Like, you're doubling your training output with us. Theoretically, double the, well, it's not theoretically, it's double the accountability, double the motivation, double the training, double the calories burned, double the output, double the results, half the price. This is only for clients. It's only for you guys. You're stupid not to take advantage of this offer. Are you in? Yeah. Do you want to chuck it on? Yeah. Cool. Do it. 20. What's it going to be for most of you guys? Half of a PT session is going to be like what, 25 to 35 bucks. You run that, so you're gonna run this not at a loss, but you're gonna run this at a reduced rate. But if you can get 10 people on this, then you're gonna get 300, 400 bucks extra a week. All right. And then from there, these people upsell when you always do what you guys do freaking best. Right. And it's freaking deliver results. You got to deliver results. This is what, like Sherry as well, I'm looking at you because you're new as well, one of the latest additions to Pinnacle. Everything comes down to fucking delivering results. If you are not getting your clients results, guys, you might as well walk out the industry's door right now. And it's that simple. Ryan, we've talked about it as well. And you wanted to go, look, I'm that, like, I know I can get better at this. Do you know what I mean? Everyone knows they can always get better. And that's, for me, this is what I'm driven by when it comes to giving value to you guys. If you are not getting them results, find a way to. Otherwise, that door is slowly opening and they're walking closely towards it without you even freaking knowing it. So this strategy is a beast, because if you deliver it with energy, you get extra sessions. You don't need to generate any leads. You're using your existing clients. So you girls have got a load. Sherry, obviously, you've come on board earning 6 figures already. Most of you guys here, still 6-figure business owners. So you've got clientele. Drag and drop this in, but it has to be delivered with intent. People like Phil, all right, people like Dan that have staff here, right? This strategy is okay to run for a month, where you're going to cover the cost of the trainer who they go to. It's then up to the trainer that you obviously spend time with and you coach weekly to ensure that they're getting the value out of it. That multiple 6 figures is where it's at. That's where the journey begins, guys, right? And you boys obviously know that, because it all comes down to management, and that's where we're working very closely to make sure that you guys are managing the teams correctly, which is the hardest thing to do in the fitness industry. Because let's be honest, most trainers that are not like any of you guys, which are freaking awesome, there's a lot of drop kick trainers in the industry. All they care about is just turning up, rep counting, and freaking watching their phone, right? And that's the truth. I don't care what anyone says, and what we're trying to do is we're changing that here. So does that make sense? The half price power, another good little strategy. Sherry, you're getting a good little insight into some strategies to come here. So and all of these will work really well with you at the gym. So no problem. What else is there? Was it Tane? Were we going to say something here? What were we going to say? It was logo. Was it logo branding? And was this?
Yeah, so I was just I was looking at rebranding, just like changing my logo, and I hate the colors in that of my logo. And then, yeah, so I was just wanting to rebrand it, and then I was wanting to sort of incorporate some sort of like my culture, so like moldy culture somewhere, like, I don't know, some sort of moldy design mixed with fitness and that sort of stuff. So like how to sort of do that in the right way, I guess.
Yeah. Alex, how would you do that, bro? Because you two homies cut from the same cloth.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too, the background's quite loud. Add some kudu patterns in it, bro. And you box and stuff, eh? So put a little bit of what you offer out there in the logo. And some kudus will be me, or one nice pattern that focuses on that, I guess, that whole sort of thing.
Yeah.
A little perspective of it, bro. But I would,
yeah, no, that makes sense.
It's becoming a thing.
Yeah.
I like it. No, it's that's what we were kind of saying before as well. Tane signals a little bit average. It's like trying to incorporate, and I shouldn't have left Sherry out as well. She's from across the pond over in New Zealand as well. Look, it's about trying to incorporate what you do and what you want to give off into an image that will speak 1,000 words. And with your logos, and if you're ever doing rebranding and stuff like that, I highly recommend not to have your name in it, because people don't like to help names. They like to work with brands, if that makes sense. So look, the way that you're going to grow the business, it's going to be scalable. So like there's trainers, for example, like Leah Wheeler. So Leah's a good client, LW Active, but she has girls that work and represent the company. That means that they represent her, which isn't really that nice. If that, do you know what I mean? It's like, it would be a lot better if you all represented Boss Fit, which is Dan Pardo's new brand, and they build strong community around this Boss being body overhaul system. But he's modeled his logo off Hugo Boss, which ironically is this. So it looks very similar to this Boss that he's gone with. He's got Boss Fit underneath it like this. And it's working well because it creates a brand that people they buy into, a brand rather than Daniel Pardo PT. So DPPT was his old brand. So yeah, I recommend at scale, anyone does a rebrand. It's a great way to gain traction on other things as well. But yeah, Tane, hopefully that kind of makes sense. Just find with the tribal stuff, like if you can find any form of tribal that is representative of fitness. Because am I right in saying this, Alex, that tribal is like a language in itself, isn't it? Right? Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like,
yeah.
Something that like the whole like coming around. I feel like that's taken off, like that holistic, or like a Koru pattern. He knows what a Koru pattern is.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Play with that, Tane, because you'll come up with something sick. And it doesn't have to therefore necessarily be a triangle like peak performance Geraldton, right? Whereas a triangle does represent a peak, but you don't need to, don't overthink it. Like I was telling Tane this morning, one of the boys, Aaron, he works with special needs clients, and his company that he wants to rebrand it to is called All Ability Exercise. All Ability Exercise, just clean. Super clean, and the logo will speak 1,000 words. Maybe we have like a wheelchair in there, or we incorporate fitness with some sort of disability sector or something like that. And I have another guy in the States who's super successful. He's just doing really well, Damon, at the moment, and he's rebranding his to Unique Performance, but using the acronym as UP, because he literally gets people to move that can't walk, and he makes them walk. It's freaking inspiring. But yeah, there's a little bit about logos and branding. Yeah, what else have we got? Has anyone got anything else that they want to run through rather than running through directly with me? I mean, today has been a very, very low-key seminar, but again, nevertheless, it's inspiring. I think for you guys, again, lead boxes is like a bottomless topic that we can always talk about. And it is something that is huge. It is the most old school strategy, but it still works to this day so well. And there's obviously different varieties of that, but anything else that anyone's got going on? Jack, how are you, mate? You all good there?
Doing well, man. It's working away.
That's good.
Listening in.
That's good. That's good. Anything that you got that you want to bring up with anything, bro?
Maybe it's a question on just like week to week. Because the past like day or two, I've just been sort of in a little bit of a slump.
Yeah.
Just trying to kickstart myself out of that, hence when I'm working away on some stuff. But
yeah,
anyone able to chip in on that?
Well, look, I'll tell you what I've been doing. Lucky, no stress, bro. Personally, for me, I've been, and this is new content actually, so you heard it from me. Reels, short videos, and stories on Facebook. There is some training in the portal which has been uploaded about that stuff. For me, Jack, recently I get pretty G'd up listening to or watching stories that are short, but just motivational stuff. Like it takes me back to like the beginning of becoming an entrepreneur, like motivational stuff that I watch and things like that. I get very, very motivated by watching motivational stuff. And just I try and surround myself with as much positivity as possible. This morning, feeling the way that I feel, the weather was disgusting. I put on a jacket and I went and got it fucking done. And I came back in and the freaking sun is now half coming out, right? But if I hadn't gone and done that before, I wouldn't have achieved that and I wouldn't have ticked it off the box, which means I probably would have been sat on my bed doing things that I would normally be doing outside, working and walking. I would have been working and sitting, and then I'd be half asleep, and then I probably want to rush off this seminar, go back to bed. Whereas now I'm going to force myself and go to the gym. I think for me, all of that starts with watching these stories. Like I'm a sucker for them, and I think they're very easy to go down a rabbit hole with, but just surround yourself with positive shit, positive content. For me, that's all I do, and I get really motivated by watching little short snippets. There's a black guy, what's his name? I can't remember his name, with a mustache, very iconic motivational speaker. Anyone know him? You might have. He'll probably be here on my like story list.
Steve guy, Steve something.
I can't remember, bro. I'll have a little look here.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey. Yeah. I think that's him. He has the. I think he had the show in the US. Yeah, I think he has a show.
The Family Feud show.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there he is. Here's a good one. I tell you what. What would you hear? Listen to this. Listen, this one got me this morning.
The oak tree that oak trees are capable of becoming, because it's gonna get stifled by the 2-foot pot. Now check this out. Ain't nothing wrong with the seed. Seed just fell prey to the environment. You are a seed from God. God made you in his likeness. He big, he vast. Don't you allow your environment to dictate the oak tree that you become. If you take an oak tree seed and you put it in a 2-foot pot, that seed will never become the oak tree that oak trees are capable of becoming, because it's gonna get stifled by the 2-foot pot. Now check this out. Ain't nothing wrong with.
You see what I'm saying? So that I watched that one this morning early, but basically surround yourself with the right people and you become a beast and you grow into an oak tree. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, that's what I do, bro. Like, it's very common to be in funks, but you got to kick them. Ideally, I think the way that the world is designed to keep people in funks. So you've got to try and do whatever you can to break outside them things.
Jack, I'm in a funk too. So
Hey.
same. I think sometimes, and do you other trainers feel like this, that it's almost boring and you don't feel like a fulfillment from it? And you're just kind of like going through the motion. And I've been at this for what, like a week and a half, and it like freaked me out because I was like, no, like I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but like deep, like, I don't know, there's just moments where I'm like so freaking bored of it. And then you get people that don't give a shit, and then it really pisses you off. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel like you just have to go and ride through the motion and just not give up. And it's growth, you know, it builds character too when you don't. So
100% right. 100% right. This game is all about how much shit you can keep taking. I'm telling you, it's all it is. I went through something shit yesterday. My head construction manager of my bar building company wants to quit. I don't like, that's ouch. You know, like, but I don't deal with it. I don't care. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'll just go and deal with it. It's fine. And the reason why is because he doesn't want to commit full time. He's got his job with his security, and he earns 5 times the amount with me than what he earns with his 9-to-5 job, but he won't make a leap of faith. That's okay. Keep going through the shit. That's what you got to do. This game will test any of you. I think for anyone watching recording or you guys here at the end of this game will continue to test you. Tane knows all about being tested. Michael knows more than everyone about being fucking tested. Jack, you just got to keep going, bro. It is what it, dude. I don't even know what you were fucking worried about. You're all right. You got nothing. You don't know what pressure is yet. You're okay. But
yeah, I was gonna chime in and just say, like, make sure you're prioritizing like all your own sort of shit too, bro. Like your own training.
Yeah.
Make sure you're doing all the stuff that you tell clients to do. You know, make sure you're drinking enough water. Make sure you're getting out, getting moving. Because it can be easy to get stuck. Like we're all like growth driven, eh? So it can get easy to get stuck behind the computer, consuming the content, figuring out what the next move is, like planning stuff for clients, and like just putting all your stuff on the back burner. Like make sure you make yourself and your health and like moving around a priority too, because like, yeah, it's easy to put yourself aside to make the business grow and to get clients results and make everything else move forward. Yeah, that's what I find helps me.
That's a very, very good point, man. I love that you said that. That's gonna really inspire me to go to the gym now, even when I'm sick. But this is what it's about, man. Every time I sit down and do these, you always see me drinking out this freaking thing. It's because I see it as an opportunity of a window to get, a liter and a half of water into me, and then I'll go to the toilet for freaking every 10 minutes after it. But it is what it is. Like, it's about multitasking and trying getting it done. That's why, again, when I say this morning, get out into the freaking rain, get out there and go. There's something called a rain jacket. You wear it. It keeps you dry. Anyone who doesn't go, they make excuses like I can't walk in the rain. Why the fuck can't you walk in the rain? Just put a jacket on. Just go and get it done. Right now, 15,000 steps are already finished. I don't have to worry about it. So if I want to, I can now relax. Like, take action for yourself, brother. 100%. That's really well said, Tony. I love that one, dude. And like, again, doing things when you least want to do them. Like now, being sick. Most people don't go and train now, but I freaking need to, because I feel like death, and I feel puffy as hell. I'm retaining loads of water because I ate too much crap at the weekend. I need to go and get rid of that shit. Just go and look after yourself. Go and do it. Like, and sometimes it ain't gonna be easy. Just go and do it. That's what it's about. So we'll I think that's a really good note to leave it on, guys. Like, really nice little, cool, simple catch up today. Michael, you got anything, dude, that you want to catch up on, bro, before we go? But otherwise, I think everyone's kind of covered everything.
I was just going to say what Jack was saying there about being in a funk. Like, we've definitely been there, but you got to kind of try and treat yourself like your own, like the way you treat your clients. They've got their goals that they want to hit. So for myself, whether it's personal or business, work out what it is that you want for your goal, backtrack it to where you want to do it, and then just go and get it done. Like, there's a book by Brian Tracy called Eat That Frog.
Yeah.
It's basically go and do the thing you don't want to do it first, get it over and done with, and then the rest of your day's easy, and you're going to feel a lot better. Like, I'm Simon at the moment, I'm fighting the flu, I feel like shit. I was still at work this morning at 6:30 doing sessions, and I'll probably go do a quick workout now and go and get back into it until about 8 o'clock tonight. But yeah, it's just setting that goal, because it's the same thing with your clients. Like, what's going to motivate them to get to the gym and get the results?
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to step back and do that for yourself as well. And just drag yourself out.
Mate, that's it. Look, drag yourself. I tell you something powerful as well, right? Getting into a funk. I don't even think most clients of mine, let alone any of your clients, right? My clients, you guys, you're very switched on. I don't even think 50% of my clients realize how dangerous it is to not show up subconsciously to what you will attract from being in a rut. Jack, I think if there's any one person that can relate to this, bro, how many times did we get in a rut and all of a sudden you crumbled? The business just fucked up. And it wasn't directly because of you, but you attract that into your life, right? So if there's anything to motivate you to get out of a rut, it's like me yesterday. I looked at photos of me 3 months ago when I was at my lightest and leanest, and I was like, holy dude, I was like, what are you doing, man? But I cop onto it early. If there's anything for you to do to pull yourself out of a rut, it's just think about how it would feel if you were in 10 times worse of a rut. And that'll be enough for you to get up off your ass and do something about it. Because otherwise you will be. And this is the thing, a lot of people, they don't really comprehend. And I'm a massive advocate of this, and I know the girls are, they're with me on this one. Like, if you think something's gonna happen, it is gonna happen, and you will freaking attract it. I don't care what anyone says. If you think your trainer's gonna leave you, they're gone. Whether it's tomorrow or in 5 months' time, they will leave. Have you ever felt like you always can predict what client is going to leave and then they end up leaving? And it's always, I hear it from every one of you guys. This client was walking a tightrope anyway. Of course they fucking were, because you knew they were. So it was a matter of time. Don't ever get it twisted how powerful your head is and what you put out, because you will attract. So that's what I do. Whenever I got a funk and I'm like, holy shit, I can sense something bad's going to happen. I'm like, something's going to fucking happen here. And when it does, and it's normally client related or someone wanting to, you know, that we've got a complaint from something or whatever it is, soon as it happens, I'm like, there it is. I could sense it. I was feeling it. I could feel it coming. So just be as positive as you can, hustle as hard as you can, go out there and do whatever you can, and you will push that shit away. And it's that's what it's about right there. So that's a good way to wrap it. All right, I'm gonna leave it. Tane, little one's super cute, dude. And yeah, look, I love you all. Stay strong, hustle hard, okay? And I think me, Michael, and Jack are gonna go and train now because of Tane's motivation, right? So thank you, Tane. But I'll speak to you all soon, guys. Well done, all right? And if you need anything else, just hit me individually, okay? And I'll speak to you soon.
See you later, Pete.
Ciao.